Hello, I'm WES MATHUR, and welcome to my YouTube, and this is Yuri. Today we're going to be talking about Japanese cultural do's and don'ts. So I've had experience here living for about 2 years as a student, and working here for about 2 years, as well as taking some cultural classes, but mainly these are going to be my observations based on living here. Then Yuri is here because she has lived in Japan her entire life. So first of all, drinking culture in Japan is very interesting to me. And first of all, the thing that surprised me the most when coming here is you can drink outside in all of Japan. You can drink on the streets, by the river and parks. バスと電車で飲めるかな。
ああ、それはちょっとダメね。
でもたまになんかおじさんはなんか新聞読んで酒飲む。
こんな人。
yeah,
仕事終わりに。
I feel like in a small way, legally being able to drink outside attributes to the atmosphere of many Japanese cultural events. For example, summer festivals, many people wear yukatas and kimonos and can drink beer or chuhai while walking around and checking out the different stalls and games. My university also had a lot of school festivals, and here the sports circles that I joined would have booths called yatai that would sell food like karage or yakitori. Here is us, see if you can find me. We would use this money to go on our club trips, and we would sell chuhai as well. I had seen summer festivals and school festivals in Japanese media before, and it was so amazing to be a part of one. I loved helping out at the booth, and I loved the collective energy that everybody had, working together to make a great event. I am a huge advocate for having fun without drinking at all, but I do remember how much it surprised me that everyone could drink outside and be so calm and respectful during these events in Japan, and I really liked the atmosphere. It was almost dreamlike for many of them. Also, I found, and I was also taught, that maybe drinking with people from another culture in another country can help you be more comfortable talking to each other across language and cultural barriers, and that kind of maybe helped me learn the language just a little bit. Another huge similar event comes in springtime when the cherry blossoms bloom, and it's called hanami.
Yeah?
Hanami?
Yeah, so every year the cherry flowers bloom for about 2 weeks or something. 2週間ぐらいかかるかな。
そうやね。
And during that time there's a cultural activity called hanami, which it translates to watching the flowers. なんかその時はイメージはみんな桜の下で座ってみんなピクニックしてるとか飲んでる。Yeah. It's a tradition to set out like a picnic blanket, and then everyone will drink outside and have a picnic, eat food and snacks under the cherry blossoms. And it's an amazing time. It's beautiful. Like the parks and the riversides will be full of people with picnic blankets, and like the cherry flowers kind of fall like snow. I don't know, I felt like it was unreal. And I don't think you could do that in many parts of America. Where I'm from in California, it's kind of illegal to drink outside. なんか大学生の時もみんな川辺とか飲んでた。Yeah.
したよく。
Yeah, and then when I was a college student also, all of like the circles and clubs I joined, we would all have like kind of picnic parties, drinking outside by the river or in parks and stuff like that.
In Japan, many living situations are much more close quarters than in America. There's often a higher density population in a smaller area, and in these higher populated areas, houses are also more rare. Because of this, living in an apartment is often a go-to. And this doesn't lend itself too well to having company over when you're a college student or a salaryman, especially when you don't want to bother your neighbors. Because of this, often instead of hosting events greater than 4 or 5 people, going to relax, eat and drink outside is a great option at beautiful parks or rivers. These are photos and videos of me and my friends doing just that. I have so many memories of staying up late until the morning with good friends by the river in the warm Japanese summer nights, sometimes with fireworks and sometimes with drinking, and sometimes just talking. I hope you get a chance to experience something similar sometime, if you're watching this. Another main choice is an izakaya, which is especially a good choice if it's cold outside. And when I see this translated, especially in Japanese media and subtitles, it's often translated into tavern. These are everywhere in Japan, and they often serve yakitori as well as very affordable drinks. I was told that for Japanese drinking culture, it's very common to eat while you drink. You can go with 2 friends, you can go on a date, or you could go with up to 20 to 30 friends as well. Many places will also rent huge rooms to people that have larger events with more people. Of course, normal clubs and bars are also available in Japan and somewhat popular for going out with friends. But really, my personal favorite is often socializing outside. This leads me to another popular event for drinking outside, which is a barbecue.
Barbecue とかが日本はす
So
ごいから。
exactly, yeah. Also in the summertime, many people in parks or anywhere outside really, they have barbecues. It's kind of different than American barbecue. It's more like thin. I would look at it as yakiniku, or kind of like Korean barbecue might be something many people are more familiar with in the States. A lot of friends or family will gather around outside in your own backyard, in parks, by the beach, and have a huge kind of like barbecue party where everyone drinks. I think everyone is just kind of expected to be respectful and not obnoxious or too loud. And almost everyone I see really cleans up all their stuff after themselves too, so which is fantastic, I think. The barbecues are more like during the summertime. 夏の時するかな。
春から夏。
Yeah, from spring to summer. So that's another activity I really recommend checking out if you have time when you visit Japan.
These are photos of my friends and I in the same clubs at school, going for barbecues under bridges and at the beach. It's a great way to share food with people and enjoy each other's company. Whenever a student club begins a new semester, they often have a barbecue to welcome new members into the group. This is called Shinkansen, and these events were where I made some of my first really good friends in Japan, and the first time where I really felt accepted into a group. Here are those pictures right now. These will always be very important memories for me, and I hope you get a chance to experience something similar.
I've also seen vending machines selling alcohol, which I never saw before in the States. That's amazing to me.
でも少ない。
Yeah, they're kind of rare. でも、あっちある。
あ、すぐそこに。
そうそうそう。その時は ID ありますか？いりますか？
あ、酒はいらん。
Yeah, you don't even need to show your ID. But also, another thing is, when you buy alcohol at the store, Family Mart, you don't need ID either, you just press a button. なんか ID 見せない、コンビニとか。バトンを押して、はい、私は私です。Basically, they just ask you to press a button that says you're confirming you're 20, which is the legal age of drinking in Japan, and then you can buy the alcohol and you're on your way. So it's kind of like on the honor system.
In fact, the only time that I have been asked for my identification in Japan is when entering some nightclubs or also going to a bar or an izakaya that's a chain. These seem to be more strict, especially in areas that are popular for tourists.
Also, on the theme of drinking, in Japan they have something called nomiharai, which is all you can drink. And I don't see that much in America. Nomiharai よく知ってますか？
あ、よくある。
Yeah, they often
フ
have
リ
it.
ーじゃねえの。
So basically what that is, you pay about
1500円から3000円ぐらい。
you pay basically about 1,500 yen to maybe 3,000 yen. That translates to about $15 to $30, and you can drink anything off of the all-you-can-drink menu as much as you want for about an hour and a half. And I was surprised when I first saw that in Japan when I came to visit and study abroad here. I have not seen that in the States. It's a fantastic but maybe dangerous thing. It's fun.
いっぱい飲む。
Sometimes you have to pay extra for beer. So sometimes you have like an extra $3 charge if you want beer added to that menu. So there's a menu of nomiharai. So all the drinks that you can order, there's usually quite a lot of them. And you have to finish your drink before you can order another drink, so that you can't just order everything at once. If you want extra drinks added onto that menu for your all-you-can-drink menu, you can pay extra for that sometimes.
So now we have touched upon a lot of cultural norms when it comes to drinking in Japan. Now I would like to move on to other cultural elements such as cleanliness in Japan.
So some other cultural things about being in Japan. I think as everyone already almost knows, you usually take your shoes off while entering any house and some restaurants. なんか家入って靴出るね。
ああ、うん。
Sometimes they have slippers that you can put on when you enter the house too, and many restaurants also, they provide slippers, so you can take your shoes off, you put them in a locker when you enter the restaurant, and then they provide slippers for you to wear inside of the restaurant. More like traditional izakayas or traditional sushi shops. なんか店もたまに気づいてるね。
あ、うんうん。
Yeah.
たまにね。
Yeah, maybe もうちょっと伝統的なやつかな。I like this. I think it keeps everything very clean, and I think a lot of Americans do that anyway, but I don't think it's as set in stone culturally as it is here. And I think that's the same way with many Asian countries.
I don't know. アメリカはなんで靴脱ぐの？なんで靴脱がないの？
No, めんどくさいかな。I don't know why Americans don't always take their shoes off when entering the house. I think many do, but she wants to know why. I don't know exactly, yeah. So another thing in Japan, everyone sorts out their trash. So even at a convenience store trash can or at a trash can by a vending machine, which are the most frequent outdoor trash cans, they separate the trash into burnable trash, to plastic trash, and usually cans or aluminum trash. And then if you're living in Japan too, you separate your trash bags into cans or plastic bottles, and then burnable trash. And some places even have more strict things where you take the caps off of PET bottles. This is a PET bottle. And some places even you take the cap off, you put the cap in a separate thing, and then you put the PET bottle in a separate thing. And every prefecture has various degrees of trash separation, but I think it's a great way that recycling is really brought into the culture here. And it's really an amazingly clean place.
Actually, one of my very first impressions when I came to Japan was just how clean the streets were. I remember this clearly, and it's something that still impresses me to this day.
And there's a lack of trash cans here too. なんか外でゴミ箱あまりないな。
ああ、ないの。
Yeah. Aside from convenience stores and outside of vending machines, it's kind of rare for me to see a public trash can. So that's another surprising thing because it is so wild clean outside.
あるんか、いっぱいある。
America. Yeah, there are definitely more public trash cans in America, I would say, outside.
いいね。
Yeah, I think it's good, definitely. I heard one reason for this was there was a terror attack involving trash cans, maybe about a decade ago, but I'm not going to get too much into that without doing further research. Another reason I think it's so clean here is because almost every shop owner or homeowner that I see, oftentimes they clean the sidewalk outside of their house, pick up the trash and wash it with water, and sometimes even I've seen them using dry ice to kind of like decontaminate the gutter.
And I'm serious about the dry ice thing. When I first saw it, some kind of steam or smoke coming from the gutter, it really kind of confused me. And I had to look into it and ask my friend's parents on why that was the case. But I guess dry ice is at such a low temperature that it does kill some sort of bacteria that grows in the gutter. And this makes it more clean.
Yeah, so I think that's a fantastic thing. Like if I wake up early and go to work, I see my neighbors all like cleaning and washing the street outside their house and like picking up trash and stuff like that. And then I think people here just generally don't litter. And because there is a lack of trash cans, I often like walk around with a big like bag of trash in my backpack.
So if you are going to visit Japan, I do recommend some sort of bag, backpack, purse, or even plastic bag to sometimes store your trash in when you're eating outside or going around the city. And yeah, on that note of trash, that is all for part 2. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. If you have time, please like and subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. And I do have new merch out in my merch store if you do feel like supporting me, which would help me make a lot more videos in the future. And if you do pick up any of my WES MATHUR merchandise, and you feel comfortable with doing so, please send me a photo or a video of you wearing it. I would really like to feature your photo wearing my merchandise in one of my next videos on TikTok or YouTube, or post your photo on my Instagram. My Instagram is WES MATHUR, and if you're interested, that's where you can find all of the media work that I do here in Japan. Please give me a follow, it would mean a lot. Thank you so much for your time.
Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. I would always also love recommendations for other videos you'd like me to make. And until next time, hope you have a good time, and bye.